We talked yesterday about media bias over the troubles in Minneapolis with Immigration Customs Enforcement or ICE officers shooting dead 2 protesters who tried to disrupt their work this month. But our own ABC has disgraced itself with its controversial global affairs editor and staff-elected board member Laura Tingle writing on ABC platforms about Alex Petty's killing as murder. Well, there was a shooting death, we've all seen it, but no charges have been laid, let alone proven. So this description was not only legally and ethically problematic, it was also plain wrong. And the ABC has edited the story after they were alerted to it. It's pretty embarrassing for the ABC and for Tingle, who recently said the Islamist terrorist attack at Bondi had nothing to do with religion. Let's get more on what's unfolding in the US with columnist and former ABC Radio National host, Tom Switzer. Tom, thanks for joining us. Do you expect that Donald Trump is going to be able to de-escalate the situation? It seems like he's looking to change the operations in Minnesota at the very least.
Well, he has a good story to tell in the sense that he has secured the southern border. You know, he has been tough on illegal immigration. He's fixed the mess that his predecessor, Joe Biden, bequeathed to him at the beginning of last year. And that story is not really getting told, and in part because it's being overshadowed by this crisis, and it has been a crisis. I mean, when you have the Wall Street Journal, America's leading conservative editorial page, say that this is a moral and political debacle for this presidency, it's a problem. Many Republicans are upset. But my sense is that Trump will modify the policy and water it down and try to reach a compromise. The problem, though, is that it's a very polarising environment right now in Minneapolis, and you have many state officials egged on by a lot of left-wing citizens who are trying to undermine the efforts of law enforcement to actually put in place Trump's policy. So the fault lies on both sides.
Yeah, I think that's unquestionable because obviously it's been heavy-handed policing. There's been 2 tragic deaths, but a lot of the protesting has been way over the top, and it's been egged on by the governor, no less, and many other politicians. Let's have a look at what Donald Trump has had to say, his latest.
We view that as a very unfortunate incident, okay? Right. Everyone, unless you're a stupid person, very, very unfortunate incident. I don't like that he had a gun. I don't like that he had 2 fully loaded magazines. That's a lot of bad stuff. And despite that, I say that's a very unfortunate incident.
And unusually, we've heard from the First Lady as well.
We need to unify. I'm calling for unity. I'm against the violence, so if we protest in peace. And we need to unify in these times.
Good advice from Melania there, Tom. This is the issue, though, isn't it? If you're going to have protesters trying to disrupt police operations and they're armed when they're doing it, that is a recipe for disaster. What can Trump do to cool this down?
Tone down the rhetoric is the first thing. I mean, these ICE shootings of 2 innocent people, I think it just highlighted the danger of overreach, and the administration's description of these people as domestic terrorists, I think, was simply wrong. I mean, the last person, Alex Petty, was a nurse with no criminal record. So I think the language needs to calm down, because all of this has just fueled public anger, and it's made many Americans feel that the immigration enforcement, this is the ICE, is making the cities less safe. And there's broad discomfort, including among Republicans. But it goes both ways. When you have left-wing Democrats and radical socialists saying that the ICE killings were amounted to murder and an execution, that is way over the top. And that brings me back to Laura Tingle. Why a seemingly impartial, objective reporter at a taxpayer-funded broadcaster would report that this was murder? She's basically taking the sides of the left-wing partisans in this stoush, whereas a good ABC journalist should try to be as impartial as possible. But that's Laura Tingle for you. So look, feelings are very emotional on both sides, both the Democrat left and the Republican right, the MAGA movement. It's now up to the president to do everything he can to tone this down.
Yeah, Laura Tingle, Global Affairs Editor. Islamist terrorism has got nothing to do with religion, and she describes that killing, shocking killing, as murder, as extraordinary stuff.
Well, she's got form because she said very partisan thing.
Indeed, she has in the past, and she's also the staff-elected member on the ABC board. Extraordinary. Thanks for joining us, Tom. I appreciate it.